Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to Boldly Go, Drinking, a product of the Wednesday Night Gentleman. This is a show dedicated to talking about and reviewing the latest Star Trek episodes as they come out. Today we will be talking about Star Trek Discovery, Perpetual Infinity. As a warning, this show is full of spoilers, so leave if you don't want them. I am your host, Tactic Angel, and with me is Midget Radio, my murderous socialist friend.
Hello.
Hello, Midget Radio. How are you today?
I'm okay, Tactic Angel. How are you?
I'm okay, but I have a feeling it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
That's not specifically because I'm drinking a whiskey called Black Velvet. It is a Canadian blended whiskey. It is actually extraordinarily affordable, which is a way of saying cheap.
Nice.
The guy at the cashier said, "I am surprised that you are purchasing this because apparently I have a reputation. And I'm also a person that they recognize, which is a problem."
That's a good sign.
But honestly, I already have had a sip of this. I actually don't think it's bad. I don't think it's top shelf stuff, but I don't think they think it's top shelf stuff either. So, it's fine. It's Canadian whiskey. I like Canadian whiskey. I'm a soft.
I think it's an 80s song too. Right? Black Velvet.
I think probably
Black Velvet and that little boy smile. Black Velvet and that slow southern style, I think. Tactic Angel.
I think it's probably also
a new religion.
Porn that stars an African American lady. That's a shot in the dark, but I'm gonna guess it's true.
Either that or a blaxploitation film, which is close, but
maybe both.
Maybe
at least a little bit of topless action.
It's probably if it's blaxploitation, it's probably like TNT Black Velvet or something like that.
All right, so let's not belabor this because I know you're just trying to avoid the subject.
I am.
What do you got?
I got Schinnerbach.
Very creative.
Yep.
I like it though. It's good stuff.
I like it. It's a delightfully drinkable dark beer. A lot of alliteration in that.
Yeah.
Good job, Schinnerbach.
I love it too. Speaking of things that are unlovable though, we're going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery, Perpetual Infinity. I think this is a silly title for anything. But
it does seem a bit redundant.
I will point out before we start this, with the exception of the opening scene, the entirety of this plot takes place within 5 hours.
Okay.
It is said specifically in the dialogue, it takes place within 5 hours.
Okay.
All right, so what we do is we start with a flashback. Michael Burnham is a child, and not just mentally, but also physically. We get to see her with her parents, who are perfect, just like every other kid's parents who are about to be murdered in a flashback. They're immediately attacked. Burnham hides in a closet while her mother goes to her hidden closet, where behind a hologram, I guess.
A lot of holograms.
Where her mother keeps her Iron Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to turn back time just a little bit to before the attack, but forgets to carry the one and shoots herself 950 years into the future.
Yeah.
What? Well,
like like in the middle of space too, right?
Kind of, right?
She's just she's just out there in the fucking void.
There was a moment where I was like, well, maybe with planetary drift, in 1,000 years, like maybe they need to figure that out. Maybe that's not something the DeLorean can do. But I don't know. I did actually think about planetary drift when she was floating in space. The other thing is, where's the oxygen?
Yeah.
Is this a spacesuit as well as a time suit?
Well, it has those magical healing powers that we saw in the last episode. Maybe that's all it's doing.
That was not explained.
Yeah.
So anyway, she ends up being tethered in time to 950 years in the future, as opposed to the moment when she might watch her husband being murdered.
Yep.
That seems convenient on several levels.
Yes, it does.
I don't know if there was a lot to say about this opening scene, but it was an opening scene.
Yes.
And it technically didn't.
Yeah, we saw the Klingons attack. It's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with that weird ship instead of a Klingon ship.
Yeah. Did they have hair? Did those Klingons have hair?
I don't remember.
I think they might
I
have.
really don't remember. I think they
don't
probably
either.
did, or I remembered that they didn't.
I think they may have.
Hopefully they just didn't look like freaking monsters.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the events that we see happen on the Discovery. So the first thing that we see is in the med bay. Dr. Culber tells Michael that she's even more brain damaged than before due to her death and exposure to possibly toxic atmosphere. But, of course, his diagnosis is worthless because he's a completely incompetent doctor.
Yeah.
Not to mention imaginary. Midget Rated, do you seem to remember Michael Burnham's flesh melting off in the last episode?
I thought so.
I'm growing increasingly convinced that the people who write this show don't even watch or read the script of the episode that's immediately before it.
That would not surprise me in the least.
So,
Not in the least.
because I'm pretty sure, like, as she's screaming, they're like, "Ah!" Which was the best part of that episode.
Yeah.
That you could see, like, the toxic atmosphere searing into her skin.
Yeah.
But she's perfectly fine now.
Yeah, she's literally totally fine. Yeah, there's like nothing. Yeah. Yeah. There are no after effects, really.
So, Culber also relays some fascinating scientific information. It seems that there are some biological similarities between people who are related to one another.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
This is the only thing that he said so far that I trust.
This is how you know he didn't go to med school. Yeah, would you look at that? Yeah, these scans are kind of similar. I guess because you're related. Learn something new every day.
How does he know that? He looked at him and he's like, yeah, they look kind of similar.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the same person.
First, I mean, I get the thing about the anomalies in the brain that may have driven the percentage down a bit from 100.
God. Poor Colbert. Like, you know, the writers don't even know that they have written him so badly, that they have written him to be incompetent. If you actually, like, propose that to the writers, they'd be like, no, he's a really good doctor.
They have reinstated him from the last episode. He's like, what's it like to be back at work? It's like, I'm so glad to be back practicing alchemy.
That's awesome.
What, did you mean medicine?
No, I'm going to turn this straw into gold pretty soon.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Would you like your horoscope read? I can help you with that. You feel extremely lucky today. If there was a monetary system, I would suggest that your numbers are 1, 3, 14, 16, and 37.
Fucking hell.
Shortly thereafter, though, we learn that Michael's mom wants to talk to Pike, and only Pike.
Yeah.
Burnham is like, but I wanna. And Pike says he's asking Burnham to be patient and try not to go around him on this one.
Oh, that's even like skipping ahead though to the scene that made me want to vomit, which was when she was told that like it's her mom or whatever.
No, that was that scene. That was that
right.
scene.
No, I know, but her immediate reaction to that, like I just feel like the directors themselves, like the director of the episode himself is like, Sonequa, more. It's still not enough. Like,
so she learns she learns that in the med bay. Yeah.
Squeeze everything out of this that you no.
It can't be.
No.
That's impossible.
Jesus Christ, dude. Right? You're like, right? I mean, Jesus. You're like, Luke Skywalker found out that Darth Vader was his dad, and he was more calm about that. Like,
he was?
Jesus. Yeah. That's like, yeah, fine, okay. Holy shit. No, that can't be true. That's impossible. She somehow managed to outdo. Like, Jesus. I just
outdo even the Tashi Station thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you watch Luke Skywalker, he needs some power converters. That guy's a fucking badass compared to Sonequa Martin Green in this fucking show. Jesus. God, can they just tone it the fuck down? Anyway, yeah, I like, as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. I can't.
And
I feel the same as you, Sonequa. I can't. No.
there's that scene where Pike says, then, your mom doesn't want to see you. She only wants to talk to me. I need you to be calm about this. Were you at all surprised that not 5 minutes later, Pike and the rest of the crew in Burnham have been hauled into HR?
Yeah.
Because Burnham thinks it's best that she talk to old lady Burnham because she knows her the best, which I think is an exceptionally dubious claim.
Yeah.
That is not challenged.
No.
And of course, everybody just rolls over on her again.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. No, that makes sense, Burnham. That makes perfect sense. Wait, I hated that too, because she's like, I wouldn't assert my right to see her. Like, what are you fucking talking about? That it's a right in the first place, you bitch. But like,
you don't even have that right today.
I know. What are you fucking talking about? But I wouldn't assert it's my right to see her because I'm her daughter. That would be childish. You're like, so, right, you get the impression that as a character, she's trying to argue that it's not because she has this like emotional connection to her mother, that it's not even emotion that's governing this decision right now, right?
Yeah.
It's a tactical decision that she knows this person. She knows this person well and could presumably tell when this person is lying and all of that kind of stuff, right? So you get that. Like, okay. And then when they meet each other for the first time, she just breaks down.
Yeah.
She immediately breaks down. You're like, God. And you can't even lie to you can't lie to us about this shit. And you're so fucking self-deluded and nobody challenges you on it, that it's just frustrating as shit to watch. Like, you know she's going to break down. You know that's what's going to happen because that's how this fucking show is written. And whatever. Getting fired up.
So not to take this to the absurdist level on the internet, but let's say if you were friends with a good buddy of yours, his name was Benito, and like you knew him all the way up to 8, and then you hadn't seen him in 40 years.
Yeah.
And then eventually someone's like, Mussolini is an asshole. And you're like, no, I know him best. Because I knew him. And it's like, well, I read in this book a lot of information. You didn't know your mother was in Section 31. You didn't know she was working on a time suit. You didn't know, like, all sorts of things. And also, it's been 30 years. You were a kid.
Yeah.
You do not know this woman. And then, like, she does. She completely ties up so much of what she sees in herself with this character that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And then she goes down to the planet, and another. Okay, so old lady Burnham says to bitch Burnham, essentially, I have watched you die all 1,000 times. And by the way, for a show that uses flashbacks, I was really disappointed that they didn't have like a montage of like the Hank and Dean Venture where the clones just keep getting killed over and over again with these hilarious, improbable deaths. Like,
that'd be amazing.
What a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I'd love to see how many of those deaths were because like her own fault. Her own stupid, rash, emotional decision got her fucking killed.
How many times did I start the Klingon War and managed to survive? I'm gonna guess it's one time surviving, and at least a handful where I ate a batleth in space. The ship I was on, the Shenzhou, got blown into 100,000 pieces. I assaulted my captain and maybe got phasered instead of trying to start the war. in the first place. You know, all sorts of fun possibilities. We didn't get to see any of them. But, like, did you buy, particularly when you see Old Lady Burnham also says to Pike, "You're a ghost to me." And she says to Burnham, "I have watched you die hundreds of times."
Yeah.
Hundreds of times, which tells you that this is the child that needs, you know, the plugs in the electrical outlets.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
You can't leave any heavy objects on.
No, she needs
shelves.
floaties on her arms all the time.
Walking around with a helmet to preschool. Yep. You know, there's this character is clearly prone to death, and it's just too bad we've only seen one of them. But, like, do you buy that she doesn't care about her daughter? Because I thought she sold it pretty well.
So, I think that's just because it's Kima from The Wire, and Kima from The Wire knows how to fucking perform. But yeah, I don't know. I would have I don't know. Yeah, I kind of liked. So, God, this fucking show. It doesn't exactly make sense, like, even within the context of the show, because I don't understand how the fucking time suit with the time crystal works. This bitch is just, I guess, jumping all the fucking time. That's all she does is jump back and forth.
Hopefully she jumps to, like, a subway every now and again. Because
I would hope so, right? Like, I don't quite understand how this works, but yeah, the alienation that would create, you would think, if you see, like, the same, you know, 1,000 different versions of the same fucking person.
Well, you'd be in like solitary confinement for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can last that long.
I probably not. No, probably not. But the show doesn't give a fuck about that, so it doesn't care to, like, you know, see all of these little elements all the way through.
If she was there to tethered, if she was tethered in that time, why wouldn't she be tethered to the middle of space?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't understand how that worked either. I was like, can you just travel wherever you want to go in this suit as well? Like, it's a time and space. Like, you can go forward, backward, and also wherever the fuck you want, apparently.
Did she, like, swim to a planet and carefully land on it?
Must have taken, or she pulled like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, maybe. She's like, I'm just gonna, okay, dude, what we'll do is we'll go back in time and then we'll, like, swim to the planet so that then when it's now, we'll already be at the planet. Boom, we're there.
Well, it's kind of like when they use the paradox to find the keys or whatever.
Yeah. After we escape, I'm gonna get in. That's probably what it was. Those movies are awesome.
Strangely, Bill and Ted is a more sensible time plot.
It is. God, yes, it is.
Because it actually embraces the paradox, and the paradox makes sense. Not a lot of sense, but, you know, just barely a little.
No.
If all these things have already happened in my past because my future self made them happen, then they've already happened. Mm-hmm. And the keys are right here.
Yeah.
We're on the island.
That's fucking great. So yeah, I guess. But yeah, she can just go wherever the fuck she wants at any time she wants. But wasn't the battery dying? Was there some issue with the time crystal? Didn't they say there was some problem with the time crystal? I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I mean,
my
brain, as soon as I heard time crystal, was like, okay, magic. Okay, yeah.
I know.
Sure. You know,
I know.
I got this ion stone. It allows me to do the falling, or, you know,
sure.
Got to get all the gems for the Infinity Gauntlet. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It does not make me think. I understand, listener, fucking STD asshole sitting out there quietly judging us. You come to our comments section, all right?
Yeah.
You have it. And anyway, like, I understand that dilithium crystals are magic rocks, but at least I don't have to deal with, like, at least it's not called ship go rock, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Warp crystal. Activate.
Time crystal. It's quartz. It's 100%. It makes my time.
God, it's ridiculous. And like the techno babble just continues to fucking it just sounds like absolute madness to me. How are we gonna Well, I don't know. I don't want to get ahead. You have notes, but this is with respect to how they want to keep her here and what they're gonna do
go ahead, because they do mention Newton's second law,
which makes a ton of sense in this context.
So, okay, in relation to this, we're going back to matter can neither be created nor destroyed.
Yeah.
And like, okay, that's base level understanding of science.
Yeah.
Great. So now we're on the Newton's law about, equal and opposite reaction. Great.
Yeah.
So it is at some point in this episode, they increase the power to Kima's little stasis field, right?
Yeah.
And that buys them more time. Then later, Section 31's like, we can get you more power. And Stamets says, based on Newton's law, I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand what that means. Yeah. These are just bizarre interpretations of and then, right, they're gonna... God damn it. So, the idea is that Control wants the data from the fucking sphere, and that data is where exactly?
It's in the suit.
Right. So,
it's in the suit.
They're like... So, it's in the suit, and so they're like... Basically, if we just keep the suit traveling in time, is how they... Because I still don't understand why they couldn't destroy it. It resisted it somehow. Like,
I actually kind of forgot about this because literally, okay, so they try to delete the data, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the data won't allow itself to be deleted.
Yeah. They're like, fuck you. All right.
So immediately I'm like, okay, send out a distress signal and set the ship to self-destruct.
Yeah.
Done.
Stay on the ship while it happens. Yeah.
Preferably, I mean, you want to make sure that this rogue intelligence that's in your data file doesn't come alive and like warp the ship somewhere else. That would be bad.
Yeah.
So you're going to need all hands.
Yeah. All hands. Definitely burn them. I think you can sell that to Burnham pretty easily. Burnham, this would be a really heroic way to go out. This is really important stuff.
Well, no, don't sell it to her as a heroic way to go out because she is mostly concerned with her own gratification. But what you need to do is appeal to her sense of narcissism. And you're like, Burnham, I think we can do it, but you are the only only person in the entire universe who I'm sure can make sure that this plan sees itself to fruition. It's like, Burnham, you're going to need to be here. And if all else fails, I need you to shoot that thing that they shot and, shoot the warp core with the phaser if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do it. You're the only person who has that good of marksmanship that can hit, a 40-foot tall pylon that's 7 feet wide. I don't know if anybody else on the ship can do it.
Tough shot. Tough shot.
So, just go in there, jump into the antimatter. You are made of matter. It will explode. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do whatever it takes, Burnham. You're the only one.
Yeah. And there's no reason why that, it doesn't make sense why that wouldn't work. The data's going to be like, no, I won't let the suit be destroyed.
But
that's ridiculous.
So after the suit can't be, or after the information can't just be deleted.
Yeah.
They decide to transfer it. And they transfer it into the suit so the suit can transfer it to the future. And you're like, wouldn't it be better to transfer it into a shuttlecraft and to pilot it into a sun?
A sun. Yeah.
Or
solve this problem Battlestar Galactica style,
That or, shoot it 1 billion times with photons.
Yeah. I mean, it's data, right?
Put it onto a thumb drive and throw it into an incinerator. It does.
It really does. It's data. It kind of depends on the hardware. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of needs the hardware.
I know a lot about Star Trek, but if you transfer my brain out of my body and then throw the brain in the garbage,
yeah,
it's gone.
Yep. So stupid.
So they decide to beam the
God damn it.
Beam the information down to the suit, and the information is just like, no, this is cool, man.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I like that. I like this suit. It's a nice suit.
It's pretty cool. I saw that Tony Stark film. You know, I was thinking it'd be better with tits. So you know, this is
tits and wings.
2+1. Tits and wings, right?
Hell yeah.
Freaking hot and convenient travel. So the other half of this nonsense is everything that's going on at Section 31.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no. So but the rest of the other part of the fucking techno babble shit. Because the other issue is that old Mom Burnham is like stuck in this fucking time loop thing where she keeps having to propel back to the future, right? And they're like, we can fix that. We can totally fix that, right? Because like the energy that it would take to fix that, somehow we have to get her in the transporter, and we use the transporter to transport her into this time, but we need the energy of the supernova. Yeah. First we need the energy of the supernova. Oh, but how could we do that? Oh, but we have all this dark matter, so I guess we just put it in the dark matter hole that the transporter was built with, and fuel it that way. Like, what the fuck is anyone talking about on this show?
Are you keeping track of the number of MacGuffins that are in this episode?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
You have the Red Angel suit with a time crystal.
Yep, with a time crystal.
You have the orb, which was its own thing. And now you have dark matter coming back.
Dark matter. Dark matter.
Which
just
they already
jam it in the transporter module.
They already threw the dark matter out to save the planet.
That's right, I guess. Oh, but apparently they had more left over.
Okay.
Damn it. We didn't need to use all of it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. That one's on me. I'm sure the writers definitely covered it.
It's completely fucking ludicrous, man.
This writing is batshit.
It is. There are no checks and balances in that fucking writer's room, man. Every idea is a goddamn good idea. Every idea makes it into that script.
So can we get to Section 31, or do you want to bitch about that more?
God, here we go. No, that's it. Just the dark matter thing. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The fuck does that mean?
Section 31. Leland is alive. Apparently being stabbed in both eyes is something you can just sort of walk off or rub some dirt on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he seems pretty actually okay. He's tied up in some strange apparatus. It looks like he's got a little bit of pink eye.
Yeah.
Maybe this was like the same sort of system device that they were going to use to dissect Spock's brain for the information on the Red Angel that they already knew about because they invented it. But I think that was a chair.
Yeah.
I think he was sitting down.
I think that's true. Yeah, I think that was in it. Yeah.
So he's talking to Control, which leads me to the question, who the fuck put him in this device?
I don't know.
Did he crawl his unconscious body into it?
I don't know.
Are there people on this ship other than, Klingon in a human suit and Lady Space Hitler and Leland? Because I don't think we ever really see maybe one or two people just like walking around.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe a hologram was like, hey, crewman, come over here. I'm going to need you to put the captain of the ship into this weird bondage device. And he's like, okay, Control, but...
Cool, I wasn't doing anything.
What about his eyes? It looks like he's bleeding out of his eyes. I've been told that is unpleasant. That's fine. It's fine. Just put him in, walk out of here, pretend like you were never here, because the script certainly does.
Yeah.
So he's talking to Control. Control takes several forms, one of which is Burnham, which of course, because, I mean, if you were going to take the form of anybody, why not take the form of the best person who's ever existed?
Hell yeah. She's got to be in the scene.
Then we have Pike to give him a couple of lines, which he would otherwise have almost none.
Yep.
And then he gets injected in the back of the head with nanites. How about that?
Yeah. Nanites.
Have we ever seen an inside the body shot before?
I don't think so.
Like if they stabbed him and then we saw his veins turn a color, we would be like, I don't know.
I get it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Well, quite doesn't make sense.
This is the part that I just got completely lost at. Everything else makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess we did have one scene one time in that TNG episode. I want to say it was called like Evolution or something. It was the one where where Dr. Scrubs talks to Wesley about being a wonder kid and the star's gonna blow up and he's got to get his egg and he tries to kill all the nanites.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That one also dealt with nanites,
that was nanites. Yeah.
They built a whole civilization and he had to apologize so that he could launch his probe into the sun.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about apologies that day. That was a better episode.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I interrupted you with my.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I don't understand what's controlled. So he was like, God damn it! It was talking about like, I've been a hologram, like I'm a hologram all the time.
But.
And I didn't understand that.
I need to be walking around as a human, so I've invented nanites to put into your blood so I can puppet you.
Yeah, but I have a hard time with flesh and stuff because whatever, and it's easier with robots. Like, oh, okay. I mean, there was part of me that was like, can you just be a hologram anywhere? Like,
well, apparently it's everywhere.
Does it matter? Man, if only the EMH and Voyager knew that, like, we wouldn't have had to spend all that time working on a portable holo emitter. Oh well. But yeah,
on his arm.
So he's like, you can just be I can maybe control better because of your moral grayness, I guess. Did any of that make sense? Because I didn't get it. Like I just was like, what the fuck does that have to do with like facial expressions and shit? Like I don't understand what you're talking about. So all I got
out of this was nanites, robo puppet. Okay. Still don't understand how I got into this bondage gear.
Yeah. But then he's totally controls bitch after that. Like, full on controls bitch. And like, okay, well, I guess Control figured this guy out. I don't know. I guess no. And then he says something stupid and Borg-like that made me cringe.
I don't remember.
Didn't he say like, he said like, it wasn't resistance is futile, but it was like, I don't know.
Synonyms?
It was essentially a synonym. It was essentially a synonym for that.
Fighting back would do you no good.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Good times.
You're just like, I'm gonna die, but
I don't even want to think about this as like.
I know.
So you're telling me that 900 years ago in the Delta Quadrant, the Borg were taking over other people's civilizations, but what are you gonna have happen? Well, how dumb does this have to be? Like, okay, Leland's gonna have to get the suit. He's gonna have to. Even though they destroy the time crystal, which we haven't even gotten to.
Yeah.
Travel into the future, because I guess he'd probably be tethered there too. And then figure out a way to not be tethered there. And then travel 900 years back into a completely different part of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And then he's going to start a revolution. And then he's going to turn into a lady.
Yeah.
And then... Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't even have a funny way to end that. It's just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that theory.
I don't know, man. This show is terrible.
There's a part of me that really hopes that that Burnham's father is Control just for fun.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Or at least invented it.
It would be stupid. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be all right too.
Can you imagine the no?
Nice and stupid.
No.
No.
It can't be true. It's impossible. I'd rather throw myself from this building. And as it turns out, I don't have the Force, which is the one redeeming quality that will make this end a perfect season finale.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, so
3 episodes of this show.
so Robo Leland starts walking around the ship, starts giving orders. It's like, I need to get the information from the Discovery, and Ash is like, okay,
sure,
but I have to trick Burnham, and he's like, yes. And it's like, there are a lot of things that Section 31 does, but this seems wrong. Lying to Michael Burnham.
I know. Of all the people, my goodness.
Of all
Don't
of
you
the
know she is our Messiah?
All of the morally gray things to do. Lying to my ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
That's just not cool, man.
God.
Don't tell her I still have her tooth.
Yeah, I did like when he stabbed Ash, though. That was great. Oh, man.
Fuck.
The whole time you're just like, this is awesome, but also this makes Control seem like kind of a pussy. Finish the fucking job.
Yeah. There are people who get murdered with knives in America, and it's like, so-and-so stabbed their ex 340 times. And you're like, do you understand the level of rage that it takes to stab somebody 100 times?
That's a lot of times, yeah.
But why not? Why not 5?
Yeah.
Like, more than once.
Yeah. Come on.
That's going to come up later, though.
Yeah.
So we've discovered that Ash is against the idea of lying to his ex, who he failed to tell her that he was a Klingon in a human suit.
Yeah.
So later, said Klingon in a human suit and a confessed murderer talks to Lady Space Hitler. And they have like this strange conversation about how Leland isn't acting right. He might be a bad dude. We might not be able to trust him. I don't know what to make of this scene, so you're welcome to opine as much as you want about it.
I have no idea.
But I saw that scene and I was like, you guys work for Section 31. Does anybody remember that?
I know. I didn't really think he was any different.
Do you remember when Sloane kidnapped a Starfleet officer and started him into like a severe torture program, and he was faking incidents and he was beaming him from one place to another? He faked Wei Yun to try to get Bashir to think, oh, you're working for me, and we always have these conversations, but eventually you always come around. Look, I've made scones and jelly for you. And like, and what, he gets beamed back to the Defiant. Everybody on the Defiant's like, fuck you, you're an asshole. Yeah. And then he realizes it's a simulation because like Miles had come in with an injury a couple days. Yeah. And even at the end of that, he was like, I'm still not 100% sure that you're telling the truth. And it's like, the level of asshole that it takes to be a Section 31 person is pretty high.
Pretty high. Yep.
Kidnapping is a felony.
Sure.
Kidnapping somebody who's in Starfleet is probably worse. It's like probably killing a cop or kidnapping a cop anyway.
Yeah.
Lots of problems with this. And their problem is we can't lie to Michael Burnham.
Yeah.
So I understand that I've talked for like a minute and a half about how I have no way to explain this scene. But I have no way to explain this scene.
I don't either. It's in the script. That's it. They just need to be more like suspicious of him so that they can find out it's not really him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's important if somebody's not watching this show to understand that this scene existed before we move on.
Yeah.
And that's where these two locomotives plow head first into one another.
Yeah.
And that is the ending of the episode.
Yeah.
So a strange series of events leads Giorgio to go down to the planet to attach a red light to a box, which I I guess, is intercepting the signal or maybe pulling information out of the robot suit.
I don't know. I thought it was just like a jammer or something. Yeah,
but it's downloading. I think it's downloading.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's down. Yeah, because they got a lot of it, don't they?
Yeah, they got some of it.
Like
they got like half of unlimited data. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how the math works out there. So Giorgio talked to...
It's like half infinity, unlike Perpetual Infinity.
Oh, you know
0.5 infinity.
They actually do say Perpetual Infinity. Do you remember when they did that? You're like...
No.
They do. Stamets says Perpetual Infinity, and you're just like... yeah.
Well, he's a scientist.
He's slightly more credible than Dr. Snot Monster, so... So anyway, Giorgio and Old Lady Burnham start talking about how Lady Space Hitler has actually saved Burnham a whole bunch of times, and she's actually a super good guy.
Yeah.
There's like a weird sort of competition between the two, because it's like who's Michael Burnham's best mom? Like,
yeah,
her adopted Space Lady Hitler mom, or like the absentee father mom?
Yeah.
And in all honesty, you'd probably give it to Miss Non Sequitur herself, Michael's lesbian mother lover, Amanda Grayson.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Occasionally very sensual. Occasionally, very...
A little bit, yeah.
She can definitely... She has a way with the lips. But...
Yeah.
But then the next scene, she'll just be like, fuck you. I told you not to come here.
Yeah.
So...
God.
So I guess, like, old lady Burnham manages to convince Giorgio that she's a good guy.
Yeah.
And she turns the data collector off.
Yeah.
So that a fight can ensue. So then the Discovery beams down their people to join the fight. And wouldn't you know it, all of the male red shirts get killed so fast you might not have even noticed they were in the scene.
Yeah.
I love this show.
That's really amazing. It's really amazing.
So it's a fight. I assume that you were at least mildly interested in the fight because,
I like seeing Michelle Yeoh kick, but also the other nice thing was it seemed like Michael Burnham got taken out and was actually injured for a while. It's like, at least she's not the one doing all the fighting. I like that.
She got kind of brushed to the side, but she immediately starts hashing this scheme with Stamets.
Yeah.
I didn't
understand it either. I don't understand what they were trying to do, but
it's... Yeah. This scene is very confusing.
Like, we gotta save my mom. We have to save my mom.
We have to send her back. If we shoot several phasers at exactly the same time to several of these collectors, it will send her back. And you're like, I kind of feel like if you shot one at one, it would send her back.
Yeah, it'd probably fuck it all up, but yeah.
Yeah, destabilize the field. And she does get sucked back without her spacesuit on.
I noticed that as well.
Also, you're kind of like wondering, like, at what height is she going to be dropped out of whatever random place?
Right? Unless it's into the middle of fucking space. Well, I think whatever happens,
fine.
She's probably fucked. Like, probably fucked. I mean,
wouldn't you get back in the suit? So like, as soon as they're like, we're going to shoot you back, it's like, just a second.
Yeah.
I need to get back to my Iron Man
let me
suit.
get this. I need to get this zipper up here before you shoot these things. But
because it does have wings.
Yeah.
Helpful, and also I can breathe in space, apparently.
Yeah. Forever.
So Leland is fighting Giorgio, and I want you to make sure that you're following along with this fight.
Okay.
Leland is possessed by Control, an artificial intelligence that only becomes aware and malevolent after Discovery feeds it the red orb data.
Yeah.
So by any reasonable understanding of what is going on, someone or something that doesn't exist is puppeteering a person who we are led to believe died last episode to get information that would allow it to exist.
Yeah.
This is dumber than Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Oh yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't know how many times this can be said, but it doesn't make any sense. Nothing on the show makes any sense. Like if we could issue maybe a more specific challenge to anybody who listens to this show, not so much that like we want you to explain why you like it. If you could just explain the show, like if you could just explain, if you could trace some of these character motivations, if you could explain why they're doing the things that they're doing, that might be a better starting place.
So I saw a question posed in the last week, and I think it might have been on Reddit, or maybe it was on the Facebook page for Star Trek Discovery. And it was,
Okay.
Can anyone tell me why the Discovery was trying to stop the Red Angel from saving the universe?
So, right. And they even almost try. Didn't Burnham's mom almost like ask them that question? And there was literally no response to it.
I got a 3:00. I gotta go.
We did, yeah. Why are you keeping me here? Like, there's no answer. Like, why are you tricked me and now you kept me here and I'm pissed off about that? And why are you doing this? There's just like,
I think she was talking to Pike, and Pike is worthless. So
it makes no fucking sense. Yeah.
That thread got, as far as I can tell, more than 6 dozen responses, and not one came very close to offering an answer. There were one or two that were like, I think somebody said something about something. It's like,
yeah,
like the best answer I got was probably that Leland said that they had to do it in the last episode.
Oh,
to turn the Red Angel to their asset, right?
Okay.
Which, fine. Except the scene immediately before that scene is Spock says, control becomes the thing that destroys all sentient life in the galaxy.
Yeah.
And then he says, I believe in literally the next sentence, we must thwart it. And he uses the word thwart, which is fun and hard to say after you've been drinking a lot, because it's like THW, thwart.
Yeah. Odd place for a W. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't think that holds together. This is just batshit. It's just fucking batshit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. That's so much of the problem with this show. Like the insane melodrama and the just complete to try to follow any of this stuff is just impossible.
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know.
Keep it going. Like,
yeah,
we're real close to the end, right?
Yes. My God, I hope so.
So in less than 30 seconds, the following things happen. Old Lady Burnham is sucked back through a time portal outside of her suit.
Yeah.
Immediately, everyone gets beamed back to this Discovery, and I believe this is site to site, so that they're all on the bridge and do
probably.
things. The Discovery starts shooting photon torpedoes at the planet out of its fucking warp nacelles. I don't understand that.
Does it really? Oh shit, I missed that. That's awesome.
We learn that Leland has beamed up too. He has engaged in anti-tracking technology, which would have been useful like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
He's gone into warp.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a shuttlecraft with Ash Tyler on it, who's still alive.
Yeah.
What a fucking info dump, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if anything happened after that, because I was like, that is not how you write a television show.
Yeah.
Guys, the following things happen. I hope you're following along.
Yep.
Burnham's mom's
Just give us the straight text, man.
Granted, the shooting the photon torpedoes out of the warp nacelles is not a real big problem, but it is funny if you understand ship design.
Yeah.
He beamed up immediately, engaged a tracker, and went to warp, but not quite fast enough to keep Ash from getting off of the ship.
Yeah.
What are the odds? What luck?
Thank God.
3 3 episodes, buddy.
I know, dude.
3
I
episodes.
can't wait for it to be done.
I don't think we have that many more of the Orville, but the Orville should finish up a week after that, or maybe 2 weeks after.
Okay. I would like to watch some more Orville.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard with this basketball nonsense and like having like, I don't know, hard time and labor to do on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And then you don't even get to have any fun.
Yeah.
We don't have the
It's true.
Expanse. We don't have the Orville. God, like,
I know.
there are funny parts of this episode, but it's mostly like tragic funny.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's just sad to see where it's going, and now I'm getting all
It's crap. Yeah.
I'm getting all like emotional drunk.
Oh no.
Oh, no. So, Midget Radio, do you have any more rage-addled things to add to the show, or should I just put a knife in it?
Yep. Let's put it to bed.
All right. That has been then the Wednesday Night Gentleman on the latest Star Trek episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this brief trek. Think about hitting that like or subscribe button and join us for more treks in the future. For now, it's time for us to boldly go. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.